This week's Parshah's Trumah, it says, "V'asuli mikdash v'shechanti b'zocham." Make me a sanctuary, and I will dwell within them. The Shlah says, it doesn't say v'shechanti b'socho, I will dwell in it, in the sanctuary, but shechanti b'socham, I will dwell within them. Now, after the passing of Rabbi Nachum Mendel of Kotsk, the Hasidim, most of them took upon themselves the new Rebbe of Rabbi Yitzchak Meir of Ger, who at the time lived in Warsaw. And the fame of Rabbi Yitzchak Meir grew, and the number of Hasidim that he had grew, until there were thousands of Hasidim coming all the time to Warsaw to be near him, including many young Hasidim that would spend a lot of time learning there, months and months at a time, years at a time. And he did not think that the atmosphere in Warsaw was appropriate for these younger Hasidim. So as soon as it became known that he was looking for a place to move to, there were towns all over Poland that invited the Rebbe of Ger, future Rebbe of Ger, I should say, to settle in their town. And he didn't accept any of them until a delegation or a letter arrived from Ger, a nearby village, to Warsaw. He immediately accepted it. And soon after Rabbi Yitzchak Meir accepted it, there was a delegation of the Parnassei at Sibor, the leaders of the Jewish community of Ger, who came to give him a ksav rabbanus of the town. And he promised them that within a short time he would move to live in Ger. And very shortly he did. And the village of Ger had a house that was set aside for the Rav, and he lived in there. And his Hasidim learned in the local shul Beis Medrash. But soon there were many more Hasidim of the Rebbe than the Beis Medrash could hold. And the Parnassei Hatzibor, the wealthy Jews of Ger, decided that they had to build a much larger, more grand Beis Medrash, and they donated the money, and they built the very great Beis Medrash that could hold the huge numbers of Chassidim that would come even on Yom Tovim and so on. And the first time Rabbi Yitzchak Meir, now Rabbi Yitzchak Meir of Ger, entered the Beis Medrash for the dedication, the Chinuch Beis Medrash, he quoted the Mishnah, where it says, "B'yomahu," on that day, on the day that they removed Rabban Gamliel from being head of the Sanhedrin because of his conflicts with Rabbi Yehoshua, they removed the guard from the gate to the Beis Medrash, because Rabban Gamliel had said only someone who's tochel kabaro, who's inside is like outside. His deeds are as meticulously exact as are his learning. He can enter. If he's not such a tzaddik in everything that he does, he shouldn't be allowed in the Beis Medrash to learn at all. But on that day, there are many hundreds of Talmidim Ken. They had to add hundreds of benches into the Beis Medrash to allow all these people to learn. And Rabban Gamliel, it says, was very distressed. Rashi says that he was upset because he might be punished for not having allowed these people to learn. But after quoting Rashi, Rabbi Yitzchak Meir said it still doesn't make sense, because if he held that these people can't learn because they're not proper, they're not holding in the right way of keeping mitzvos as they are of their learning, why would he still be upset? What made him change his mind? And the Rebbe said that he watched what happened when these new Talmidim came in. He saw the change within them, with each one of them as they entered the Beis Medrash. They could feel the Shechina that was dwelling besocham within each one of them. And they were uplifted by this in order to make it so that even though previously when they were outside the Beis Medrash, it wasn't Tochel Kavaro, now that they're in the Beis Medrash, it in fact is Tochel Kavaro. And when he saw this, then he was distressed. Maybe he would be punished for the amount of time that these people were not allowed to grow and make their mitzvahs become on the same level as their limud Torah. And each one of us should look and examine. I once saw in the Sefer that the level of limud Torah we have can be held down by the level of our masim tovim, and both of those can be held down by the level of our tefillah. Now, the level of our tefillah can be held by the level of our limud and our masim tovim, meaning a person has to be a full, complete Jew. And coming together into the Beis Medrash, where the Shekhinah lives within all of us, coming together in the shul as a group where the Shekhinah is in all of us, that allows us to uplift all of these things together. Everyone should have a wonderful, uplifting Shabbos.